Hi there viewers and welcome back. We are live and interactive on Get Well Stay Well today. Please remember that you can send in your emails and your text messages into the show and we'll be absolutely delighted to cover them. Today's subject, we're talking about the dangers of drinking cow's milk. We want to show you an alternative and it's talking about coconut milk. Let's take a look at this clip and in the meantime do send us your emails and questions. Let's take a look.
Greetings, this is Dr. Keela from Celestial Healing Wellness Center, and today I'm going to do a video presentation on the health benefits of coconut milk. Coconut milk has been widely acknowledged as the miracle liquid. It has many uses, and most of which builds up the immune system and the body's defenses. You can find coconut milk in most health food stores, or you can make it yourself at home. Coconut milk is made from the meat of the mature coconut and is very easy to make in your own kitchen. Coconut milk contains vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes. It's very good for your health and can be taken as a daily health supplement. Coconut milk contains high amounts of potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium. It's also a rich source of vitamin B, C, and E, along with copper, manganese, selenium, iron, and zinc. Coconut milk can be used by people with lactose intolerance to dairy. The fresh coconut milk is a vegan drink with extremely low cholesterol, so it's great for those who are looking for low-fat food products. Coconut milk makes a great base for smoothies and tastes delicious with quinoa and oatmeal. Coconut milk has a slightly sweetish taste to it and has just the faintest aroma of coconut. It has a 17% fat content. The fat is mostly lauric acid, which is a medium-chain fatty acid that is much easier for the body to break down and metabolize than long-chain fatty acids. Lauric acid is remarkable because it's antimicrobial and antifungal. Thus, drinking coconut milk helps to protect the body from infections and viruses. Coconut milk tastes like it should be bad for you because it's rich and delicious. So since we know that coconut milk tastes great, let's go over some of the benefits of this wonderful liquid now. Here's the list of health benefits of coconut milk. 1. Lower blood sugar levels. 2. High in electrolytes. 3. Helps to prevent anemia. 4. Keeps skin and blood vessels flexible and elastic. 5. Helps in controlling weight because coconut milk makes you feel full very quickly because of its high concentration of dietary fiber. 6. Decreases the risk of joint inflammation. 7. Lowers blood pressure. 8. Improves and maintains the immune system. 9. Excellent for prostate health. 10. Prevents simple goiter. 11. Relieves constipation. 12. Great for building the body because it's a food recommended for building up the muscles of thin and underweight individuals. 13. Eliminates gas in the stomach and intestinal tract. And lastly, soothes sore throat as well as relieving stomach ulcers.
Hi there viewers and welcome back. We always talk about coconut milk and that's why.
It's brilliant stuff, isn't it? You know, it's got all these wonderful minerals and vitamins in it, the electrolytes. You know, we've got to be on living food, and this is where it's so great for our body and lowers the blood pressure, and it just raises our immune system. And at the end of the day, it's all about our immune system. We have to really work to build it up with nutrition, with exercise, with water, with sunshine, as you were saying, with rest, relaxation, and intelligence, because we have to really learn how the body works. We need to learn the science. Children should be taught this in schools, and hopefully it's starting to happen now.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the emails that our lovely viewers are sending in. Okay, we are live and interactive, so please feel encouraged. Send in your text messages and your emails. We have a question here saying, I buy long life skimmed milk. Is that harmful?
Is it cow's milk? If it's cow's milk, you know, because you watch the program now.
So it doesn't matter if it's fresh milk, semi-skimmed, fully fat.
Cow's milk is cow's milk, yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. 1 second.
The other things that you can have, coconut milk, you can have goats and sheep's. But again, even if you have goats and sheep's dairy, it's still animal protein. And if you know about the trophoblastic theory of cancer, which is something that concerned me when I was dying of cancer, you don't want to be taking animal protein into your body. You need the phytonutrients that God has told us in Genesis 1:29 and 30, exactly what we should be living on, and it's phytonutrients, it's plant nutrients. So don't go for the animal protein.
Okay, I have an email here from Michael. Hi, Michael from Ireland. Hi there. Dear Auntie Felicity and co-host Si. Auntie Felicity.
Hi there.
Naturally, I agree with everything you say. However, the Lord continues to suffer, not for himself, but for others. Naturally, I am very proud of Auntie Felicity, whom has conquered cancer, but also so many others. The Lord can work in very miraculous ways. The Lord may seem a fool to many, but he is not. Blessed be. And that's from Michael.
Oh, that's lovely, Michael. Yes, I mean, we're living, I think, in the spirit of Antichrist. If you look at the media, the usual secular media, you know, people talk about Antichrist hasn't come yet. Well, I think Antichrist is right here with the spirit of Antichrist that's pervasive in our schools, in our universities, where people are taught evolution instead of creation, and in many, many ways where people don't respect God. And I can't understand how unintelligent that is. When you look at the skies, when you're in a thunderstorm, when you see lightning, when you see tsunamis, you then begin to realize the power that God has created in the world. So we really have to come back to basics, to Genesis, which is, the book of Genesis really has it all in, and also describes Jesus as coming, and Jesus was there right at the start of creation. You know,
Amen.
Elohim is in the plural. So the Spirit of God was hovering on the waters, and the Trinity was right there in Genesis. So well done, Michael. Thank you for your input.
Elsie's been asking, saying, I adore cow's milk. I'm 77 now, and I've always gone to milk if I need a drink. I'm allergic to coconut, including the oil. Used to enjoy Bounty Bar, but I can't touch it now. I hate goat's milk. Almond is lovely to drink, but not in tea.
Who's drinking tea, Elsie? I'm
Is there
not.
any hope for me? So Elsie's just keeping it real and just saying how it is.
Elsie's lovely. She's a couple of years older than me, so Elsie will get together for a cup of maybe hot water, honey, lemon and ginger, because I don't really like tea. Of course, green tea is great. Green tea is wonderful, but the black tea that people put the milk and sugar in, no, not really what I want to be doing with my life anymore. But certainly you want to get back to the natural things, Elsie. So good for you. I think you're doing great.
Well done, Elsie. This one's from Sue. Hi to you both. I've stopped using cow's milk and use almond milk instead, unsweetened. Is this okay to use in your opinion?
Well, yes, it's fine. It's one of God's milks. It's the natural milk that we're supposed to have, because we have, remember, the seeds, the nuts, the fruit, the vegetables, and the green plant. So you're fine with the almond milk. You're fine with any vegetables and fruits, which is what God intended for us to live on.
Okay. Joan is asking, what are your thoughts on organic milk?
Does she mean cow's milk?
She just says,
Yeah,
what are your
no.
thoughts on organic
Well,
milk?
we come back to exactly what the program's been about. Cow's milk is cow's milk, and whether it's organic or not, it still has the animal protein in it. So, you know, we've spent an hour on that now.
Okay. This one's from Dawn. Thank you for your program. Great clip about the coconut milk. Is the coconut just dried cocoa? Is it that and where can we buy this from?
No, this was dehydrated coconut. It's not we're not talking about the chocolate cacao, the cacao bean. So I think there's a little bit of confusion there, Dawn. But you can buy the coconut milk. There's a website which gives a list of all the places that you can now buy beautiful coconut milk, including Tesco and Waitrose. I actually researched that this morning, and there's now plenty of places, because I knew someone would ask that. There's plenty of places in London and throughout the country where you can now get the coconut milk, and of course you can always get it online as well.
Okay, hi guys, I'm only young and I've been struggling with mobility for the last couple of years. I can't walk properly and the doctors say that I've got some inflammation on my brain and spine. Is there anything that could help me?
Well, definitely you need to rebuild your immune system. So you say you're young and you have every chance to rebuild your immune system. Really, you need education. You need, I put it all in a nutshell in my Get Well, Stay Well course that you can download. It's a little e-course. Some people come for a week with me, which is really interesting because then we can chat one-to-one. I do the phone calls as well where people book a half-hour consultation, and it's amazing how much you can get through, discover why somebody is in this situation, why he's immobile, he is young. So contact me and let's see what we can do.
I just wanted to ask you a question. What are your thoughts on the current situation that's in the news and actually spreading all over the world at the moment of Ebola? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Ebola is a very serious disease, and as you know, I grew up partly in Africa, but down in the south. When I heard about Ebola, it was originally in rural areas, so it didn't spread too much. The thing is now, it's got into urban areas, and with all the flying, of course, and the air travel, it will spread. There's no doubt about it. It'll spread all over the world if people don't control the air flights. So it's a very serious disease of hemorrhagic fever, where you bleed inside and outside. I think Sukai is absolutely amazing, this lady from Sierra Leone, nurse who came. I met her here on Revelation TV. She came to my house and we spent an afternoon together. She was in a lot of pain because she got a bad back. And she's actually going back to Sierra Leone, where she's going to take medicine and she's going to take food to people, buy it obviously when she gets out there for the food, but just to help the scene. She has Christian radio out there, which I think is great. But Sukai is a nurse and she's going to try and do something about it, so I'm supporting her. I think it's very important that people around the world should seriously consider building their immune system now, because that is the only reason why people will survive, because their immune system will recover. And, you know, we've got about 70% dying and 30% surviving. The interesting thing is why the 30% surviving, and it's because of their stronger immune system. So there is a blood electrification which can actually zap a lot of pathogens, and that's something that we can talk about in another program. Probably it's called SOTA, state of the art. It's a blood purification system that I have actually bought because I think it's worth having that.
And this is the device here, is it?
And this is a little device here. Yes, it's you put this on the arm and connect it. It has a little battery, and it will actually purify the blood as it passes. You know, our circulation works, and it all goes through at some stage through the wrist, where we have the veins and arteries very near the surface. And this has been going for about 50 years, but it's now being commercially done by a firm called SOTA around the world. And I have bought it for myself. It's zapped all kinds of things for people who are on my courses, and so I think it's great. But with Ebola, of course, this is a huge problem, and Zenex, who are in San Antonio, Texas, Zenex, Z-E-N-E-X, they have a Zenex bed, and in America, some of these hospitals that are specializing in the Ebola have got the Zenex bed, which is a way, again, of UV radiation and killing, zapping this virus. So I think the world is really having to struggle with this now. I think that it's a warning to come back to God. I think that we've come too far away. And so we're having all kinds of warnings, we're having tsunamis, we're having earthquakes around the world. And now we have got a pestilence that threatens really everybody, every human on the planet. And we have to pray about it, and we have to come back to God. We have to ask for protection and intelligence, how to overcome.
Protection is key. Felicity, I just want to go back to some of the emails that are coming into the show. We are live and interactive, so please continue to send in your text messages and your emails. Natalia has sent us an email saying, what about coconut water? What about the coconut water you can buy? I find it a great substitute to milk with cereal. Thanks, Natalia. P.S. I juice every day and haven't looked back.
Good for you, Natalia. I think that's great. And when I was young, there used to be a wonderful song. I think it was a calypso. Coconut water is good for your daughter. And I always liked that, and I love the coconut water. So yes, my little grandchildren like that as well. I think it's delicious taste. And you know, the coconut has so many different things because we can use the oil for our skin as well. Yeah. So yes, good for you, Natalia. It's great.
Just talk about the coconut oil for your skin. What are the benefits of that?
Well, it's amazing because it's very healing for the skin. It moisturizes. I just use it for cleansing. It's the greatest thing, and I don't have to buy any commercial cleansers and moisturizers and all this stuff. So really, the coconut is antiviral, antifungal. So if you've got any kind of skin eruption, again, the coconut oil is amazing. So when I've had my shower or my bath, I just dry and then I put the coconut oil on, and it's very soothing. If you've got a bad tooth, you know, you've got an ulcer or you've got a decay in the tooth, it's amazing. If you swizzle it round in the mouth, you know, it's called oil pulling, and you see the coconut oil will heal that. And then if you have a cut or a bruise, again, coconut oil will heal in the most amazing way. It's really, it's a real godsend, as they say.
Okay, Susan's asking us, is coconut milk good for someone who has elevated cholesterol?
Yeah, of course, because it actually lowers, the blood pressure if you have high blood pressure. It's very purifying in the body, and it's good cholesterol. You see, it's a medium chain fatty acid. And there was a time when coconut oil was disparaged because they thought that it was a saturated fat. But in fact, like avocado, the coconut is now known to be extremely good for the health. So people who used to disparage it in the past are now changing their minds, and the doctors are pretty well united that the coconut oil is the best oil. And if you want to do stir fries, if you want to, you know, soften the vegetables when you're going to eat them in the evening, I use coconut oil instead of butter or other oils now.
What are the benefits of green tea?
Oh, green tea is wonderful. It has amazing properties in it, and you know, the scientists look at these things and they can never quite discover the whole matrix that's behind these things. Like an apple, you know, has amazing healing qualities, and the green tea is particularly good. It's much better than the black tea. Green tea is something that we should really adopt instead of having the black tea, as we were saying to Dawn, I think it was, about the adding the milk and the sugar. When we just have the green tea, and I don't have it very strong, but that is the tea that I would choose. And at the Gerson Institute, when people do need a hot drink of some kind, I mean, I would have chamomile tea, which I think is lovely as well, mint tea, all the natural teas.
Okay, well, let's take a look at our final clip for today. This is called Food Inc., and it's talking about the commercial industry, of the money that's involved within the food industry. Let's take a look.
The way we eat has changed more in the last 50 years than in the previous 10,000. The modern supermarket has on average 47,000 products.
The industry doesn't want you to know the truth about what you're eating, because if you knew, you might not want to eat it. We've never had food companies this powerful in our history.
Everything we've done in modern agriculture is to grow it faster, fatter, bigger, cheaper.
If you could grow a chicken in 49 days, why would you want one you got to grow in 3 months?
When you go through the supermarket, there is an illusion of diversity. So much of our industrial food turns out to be rearrangements of corn.
Sometimes you look at a vegetable and say, okay, well, we can get 2 hamburgers for the same price.
They have managed to make it against the law to criticize their products.
There is an effort to make it illegal to publish a photo of any industrial food operation.
I find it incredible that the FDA wants to allow the sale of meat from cloned animals without any labeling.
Peanut butter contaminated with salmonella.
E. coli has been found in spinach, apple juice.
Smells like money to me.
The average consumer does not feel very powerful. It's the exact opposite. When we run an item past the supermarket scanner, we're voting for local or not, organic or not.
Look at the tobacco industry. The battle against tobacco is a perfect model of how an industry's irresponsible behavior can be changed.
Imagine what it would be if, as a national policy, the idea would be to have such nutritionally dense food that people actually felt better, had more energy, and weren't sick as much. You know, now see, that's a noble goal.
People have got to start demanding good, wholesome food of us, and we'll deliver, I promise.
Hi there, welcome back. People just got to be demanding good, wholesome food. It's going back to the greens.
Absolutely, the greens and the rainbow food as well. You know, we've got the beetroots, we've got the pineapples, but you're absolutely right, Si. It's the green, it's the chlorophyll in the green that actually alkalizes the body so well. And you know, God's been so generous in giving us a rainbow of foods as well, like the beetroot and all the different colors that are so gorgeous. You know, the juices are just amazing, aren't they? When I make these beautiful juices, I just want to take a photograph to show people how lovely the colors are.
Now, we've got something here on the table. Explain to our viewers, what is this?
Well, this is quite interesting. This is also made by SOTA, S-O-T-A, and I'm not selling this stuff, so don't come on to me.
For our viewers, please?
Yes. This is an ozonating machine, and this has been really, really, you want to take that?
Sure.
This has been so useful in ozonating water. You know, we're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day and certainly have our juices. What you do is put that in when you turn it on, and we haven't got it plugged in at the moment, but this will actually bubble in the water, and it will ozonate the water. That's O3, you know, oxygen is O2. This is O3. It is being used at some of the top health institutes where people are suffering from a variety of illnesses. And I bought it for myself, and a doctor who was on my course last week has bought it for herself, and then we use it for ourselves and our practices. So it is really delicious. The water tastes great, and you have to drink it within about 10 minutes of having ozonated the water. So I do that now for people on my courses. And this combined with the blood electrification, and then there's another thing called the magnetic pulsar, which is amazing. People can go on to SOTA.com and just buy it themselves. It's nothing to do with me, but go on the website and see what they're actually showing. It's a protocol, and I just think it's absolutely marvelous. And in these difficult times with Ebola, with all these different viruses going around, even for the little children, you know, at school with their coughs and colds, how much better to ozonate the water. It's something we all want to drink water.
Okay, Felicity, well, we really have come to the end of today's program, so thank you, as always, for all the information that you've given to our viewers today.
Great. Lovely to be with you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you also to our viewers. Today's subject has been the dangers of cow's milk. Remember, Revelation TV has a catch-up service on our website. We've played a number of clips. We've talked a lot of different pieces of information. So go to our website, it's www.revelationtv.com, and you'll actually see a Get Well, Stay Well page where you show all our previous programs that we played. Thank you so much for all of your emails. Sadly, we didn't have a chance to read through them all, but please stay tuned to Revelation TV. We look forward to seeing you same time next week. God bless. Take care.